in the wall. Second lap of my heat, got a little loose coming out of 3. Got it all beat up and straightened out. The boys tell me that we're ready to run now. That's a damn good thing, 'cause that green flag's waving and I'm on the gas. I put my sweat and blood to these nuts and bolts. Yeah, I turn a wrench, it's the only way I can afford to put it up again, tear it up again. It's the only way I'm ever gonna learn. One more left turn. Laps in, from the back to the front, I'm making my move one at a time. I'm picking them off, 2 back from the lead, working on second place, coming out of 3. I put it straight to the wood, 'cause where I'm at ain't good enough for me. I put my sweat and blood to these nuts and bolts. Yeah, I turn up. Put it up again, tear it up again. That's the only way I'm ever gonna learn. One more left turn. That white flag's waving, my heart is racing. He thinks he's made it. This ain't Talladega. He don't see me coming. High to 4 is a move I'm making. He's about to learn to rub in his racing. I put my sweat and blood to these nuts and bolts. Yeah, I turn a wrench. It's the only way I can afford. Put it up again, tear it up again. It's the only way I'm ever gonna learn. Yeah, it's all about one more lap, one more year, one more left turn. One more left turn.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Dirt Crown Inside Line, presented by our friends at Dirt Track Bank and Malvern Bank. Rob, I'm going to just do a little impromptu jump on here. It's race week, so we have to be excited, right?
We got a lot going on. We got a cool race coming up. Can't wait to get in. I think we're going to have decent weather this year for Spring Nationals. It's pretty exciting.
It looks pretty good. Some other races around the area, maybe pulling the plug on looking at the weather forecast. So I think they said 131 cars pre-registered or something like that already for Beatrice. And Tommy and those guys have done a lot of work down there and are excited. So stock cars on Saturday, part of the Dirt Crown Summer Series, and we'll have a East-West dual race. So that'll be something cool we haven't had yet in our existence. So a dual race to start things off on Saturday night.
It's kind of cool that we're going to start off with a duel this year. I expect there to be a huge contingent of our West guys, plus some random stock car guys. And there's some guys from the East been talking about coming over and making a splash. So we even put some extra stuff on the line. I don't know if we talk about that in a little bit about for the winner of that race on Saturday night. We can get to that here in a little bit, but should be a good weekend. I see Beatrice put out some numbers of their all-time record was 342 cars. So they might think that maybe this is the year. And I kind of think it's in the air. I think people are excited, maybe more than they have been the last couple of years to get going.
Well, I mean, you look at some of the early races. You look at the Clash of the Coast down in Florida, and close to 45, 50 stock cars all week down there, 100 modifieds. And they don't have a big contingent of cars to pull off down there. So Arizona Speed Weeks, they had some good car counts down there as well. And Abilene started this year with a decent car count. So weather looks good. So hopefully Beatrice Spring Nationals can be, I think we've seen it on Flow there, the Jay Noteboom, Terry Phillips, and Jordan Grabowski finish for all ages there. 3 wide out of 4 for the checkered flag. I think we could see that again.
Hey, they got a new surface. Mike Van Genderen, the Doctor of Dirt, he spent some time down there, and I think that's another reason people in this part of the world are really excited about it. A fresh new start to that track, kind of reshaped it, and so that's going to be awesome for them. I think it's going to be a hell of a racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, getting Beatrice Speedway back to what Beatrice Speedway is known for, and that's great racing from the fence to the infield. And so we've seen in the past couple of years, we had stock car finish there last year for Spring Nationals in a heat race. It was Jordan, Kyle Vanover, and Damon Murdy 3 wide. Great racing, but I think it can be even better.
Yeah, probably will be.
So yeah, exciting. So we talked early on about some early membership drawings, and that's really the reason we want to jump on here first this evening. So it's getting into the wee hours now. If this was last week, it'd only be 8 o'clock, but now it's 9 o'clock and getting dark. So I think we can jump on here. Should we do Sport Mods first, or should we do stock cars first?
It's up to you, man. Whatever you want.
We'll just click one of these here. So this is the Sport Mods. Let's see here. Technology again, we still don't have Ryan, so we got to deal with you and I, or me trying to run this here. So let's see here. I think this is the Sport Mod one here. So yeah, it is. So Sport Mods, we put out early on that if you did a membership before March 8th, whether it's north, south, or a dual membership, we would give away a free membership to somebody who has signed up. So we have everybody entered in here in the wheel, and Rob will give her a spin here. Okay,
Scott, what are we going for here? We got 2 things to give away for the Sport Mods, correct?
Yeah, this will be the membership first, and then membership first, and then we'll get into Jonathan Jensen and J2 Designs and the free wrap for Sport Mod. So
okay.
We'll do the membership first. So somebody could maybe get $100 back or $150 back, depending on if they were east, west, or a dual. So I better pull out my envelope notes here so we know what they had here. So we'll give the wheel a spin. And who's it going to be? Joseph Cooper. So Joseph Cooper is a dual member in the Sport Mods, but if I'm not mistaken, Joseph Cooper is also a dual member in the stock cars. So we'll get him one of those back.
Congratulations, Joseph Cooper.
Yeah, Joseph Cooper, young up-and-coming driver from out in western Nebraska. Jumped in the Sport Mod and was really, really good. Got in a stock car last year and was really good. So a lot of excitement coming from that camp. And I know, just knowing from what he did last year in the Sport Mod, I'm pretty excited to see him run full-time with the stock car and the Sport Mod around with us. So excited to have him on board and that whole racing team, somebody that hasn't been with us in years past. And so pretty excited about that. So we will draw now for the J2 Design wrap. We'll give the wheel another spin here. Again, staying with the Lighting Motorsports Sport Mods. Braden Ehlers. Put that down here, and we'll make sure that we get everybody in contact with the right people here. So J2 Design.
Is Braden from up north? Do I got that correct?
Yep, yeah, he's signed up for the North Series of the Sport Mods, so kind of a cool deal. One of the first to jump on board was Braden, so excited to be up north with the Sport Mods, and we'll see what happens there. So we got that one done. So
We're going to give a little shout out. J2 Designs. Is he out of Jonathan's out of Norfolk, right?
Norfolk, yeah. I mean, if you pay attention to him at all, or you're not, you need to follow him on Facebook, and he's on YouTube now, doing a lot of really cool wraps. And I think he just got a new printer and trying to burn out a bunch of race car wraps and stuff like that here, burning the midnight oils. So definitely big thanks to Jonathan and everybody at J2 Designs. He's been around for a long time, a really good designer and wraps. So we will see what's up here for the stock cars. Let's do one of these days. You're gonna have to learn how to run a computer, Rob, because I'm failing at this thing here.
Well, we need to bring Ryan back. I haven't heard.
Yeah,
Actually,
I think he's still alive.
he was playing pool in some big tournament. I guess he plays pool tournaments or something. So.
I think he was just drinking beer.
Is that it? Oh, don't
That's
tell.
an ex-
Hopefully his
it's an
wife's not on with-
excuse.
I didn't know it. I didn't. Is that what guys do? I don't know. My wife would go for that excuse, but
Right.
Ryan's not working. So
Right. So Tim Cooper's on, says thanks. So Tim, thank you for bringing Joseph and letting him be part of Dirt Crown, and excited to have you guys on board for this year. So we'll go ahead here and we'll share some stock cars. So we'll do the membership there. We'll pull out a different list of names here, and we'll give her a spin. Alrighty. So again, this is for membership here. So somebody's going to get their membership back, and
why not, Mr. Viss?
Dustin Viss.
Gosh, we're getting to know Dustin Viss more and more, aren't we, man?
Dustin's a good guy, a real hard competitor, fun to watch. I mean, you and I both have said for a long time, we can remember the days of Dustin Viss racing in Iowa real hard, and it's fun to have him on board. It's fun to just have him around and watch, how hard he can drive from the back to the front at just about any place we go. So it's pretty cool there.
Yep, great competitor. Congratulations, Dustin. Thank you for wanting to be with us again this year.
Yeah, guy who took home, what was he, third place, fourth place in points last year?
Yep, every night he was there.
He was. So Dustin Viss. So now we'll give away a basic body kit. Chad Wolf and Randy Wolf from Prowler Racing Chassis, doing body kits all winter long for about anything. I've seen them do Camaros and Malibus and Monte Carlos, all that fun stuff. So they've been with us for some years now, giving away bodies and being supporters of us in many, many ways. So Chad and Randy's taking on I guess they both are taking on a new venture with Junction Motor Speedway too. So lots of things going on for those guys, and still wanting to help support us. So we've got to definitely give them thanks. So should we give her a spin here, Rob?
Here we go. Let's do it.
Give her a spinny spin here. And how about that? Dana Diekey. Dana Diekey signed up on the West Series for the stock cars. Dana, longtime competitor. Man, I think the guy's raced about everything, sport mods and stock cars, Pro-Am days, back in the mini sprint days of Waverly. Dana getting back in a stock car. Back in the day in a Pro-Am, Dana Diekey, the number 4 car, I think was his number then. It'll be interesting to see if he rolls out with a 4 or 36 on the stock car this year, but we'll get Dana his membership back. So
no, Dana wins the.
Oh yeah, no, he gets the body. That's right. Yeah,
he gets the whole thing. So
he gets the body. So
yeah, that's a big win. Good job, Dana. That'll work out.
That's a big thanks to those guys, Randy and Chad Wolf there. So
And big
Cool.
thanks, Scott, for all these guys that pre-registered for us from the time of our banquet up until last week. That's pretty cool. Just so everybody knows, we'll be there Friday and Saturday at Beatrice. Saturdays are actually our first points race, and we'll have our membership forms there so everybody can sign up if you haven't already and get in on the goodies.
Ryan's on. He said I had lost of blackberry brandy last week. So Grandpa's medicine, he's been kicking back on that. No wonder we haven't seen him around.
I think he has some right now. I can't even spell loss. Lots?
Lots.
Yeah.
Lost last. Well, he's all right. It's all good. But now, big thanks to those guys. So Scotty DeYoung's on with us here. Big thanks to Scotty. We'll be seeing him at many racetracks with us, jumping on board to help bring a little bit of a voice with the series about everywhere we go. Between him and Anthony, those guys will be spot on, hammer down, awesome races, awesome call behind the microphones too. So
yeah,
excited to have Scotty. He's going to come down. Scotty Too Hottie and the S2H Autism Mobile will show up, I'm sure, at Beatrice on Saturday. It's going to be fun to have him on board and get him going with the East guys here as much as he can. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
We're pretty lucky, Scott, to know some pretty cool guys that are in our corner, and Ryan will be there to help us when we need him doing some announcing. And if we don't have him glued to the TV stuff all the time. So we're pretty lucky.
Hey, Rob, do you hang out with Austin Brands a lot? Looks like it's past his bedtime too. I figured you were probably in bed already. So
he's a lot younger than me, but yeah, he must go to bed early. I don't know.
He's got a pretty good looking hot rod. I've seen it a couple times on the Book of Faces and different places around the internet. So Austin, a big thanks to him. Signed up, believe dual membership. So we'll be seeing him East and West this year. The 17 car, somebody that's going to be fun to watch for sure.
He's a dark horse, man. I've already got him tagged for being at the end of the race towards the front on multiple nights. He's good.
Yep. Most certainly. Yeah. So a lot of excitement coming up here. Beatrice Speedway, like we mentioned, will kick off an East-West duel. So something we haven't done before. Oh yeah. How about this, Rob?
I've seen that. That's awesome.
Warfare Motorsports, big thanks to those guys. I actually even got the calendar coming. I didn't get it yet, but stock car calendar, and that's something to read the story of how Warfare Motorsports came about. We'll get him on the show one of these days, and it's going to be awesome. And we're excited to go up their way this year with Worthington and Slayton on the schedule, kind of right in the backyard of the Larsons and Warfare Motorsports. So a lot of cool things to come this year. You secured some tires, it sounds like, for pit meetings. Is that right, Rob?
Yeah, I've been working on that. That's part of our deal, part of our membership. You're a member, you get a chance for a tire every single night. So
that's something pretty cool. A membership costs you $100 East or West or dual for $150, and tire prices I just looked, and $158.99 is what suggested retail is from our friends at Hoosier Racing Tires. So $158.99. So come on, $8 a head if you buy a dual membership and win a tire. So,
and a lot of them win a tire, don't they, Scott?
We gave away a lot last year, that's for sure.
See, I don't think people understand that if you're not familiar with our program. I mean, that tire and mud plugs from Noonan Industries and so much more we give away before the race even starts. So in the end and all the way through our banquet, people get a lot from Dirt Crown. Sorry, I was reading what Kyle Ward was saying here.
Yeah, excited for for the South Sport Mods.
Yeah, he's got to miss the first night at Lex. We'll have to see why, but that's good.
Look at Jeremy Down is with us. Not sure he's won a tire, but he got a grill. Yeah, we're still waiting for a hamburger or something off that. Maybe a steak, Jeremy.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we can pull a few more grills this year, Scott. We'll talk to our friends up the road here and at Spring Creek Repair. They're always good to us. So maybe we could throw a few grills in sometime too.
That'd be awesome. We just keep the fun going and make racing great. That's what we're after here, and a lot of cool things to come for 2024. And we keep talking about Beatrice a little bit. There's been a lot of questions. Seems like every day. about we got Bindi Sue out there with you now, Rob?
Well, we got Bryn. She's poking around here. Oh, she's giving me some
Peace.
pairs here. Look at that. And we got Cora. So we got some girls in their jammas goofing off. So
Yeah, that's all right.
yeah,
It's all good.
Here, you want to get on TV?
Yeah,
Everybody
let's get up.
Come here.
Tired of looking at your dad's whiskey.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Mom's watching.
Hi, Mom.
At least you know.
Hi,
At least you know I'm not getting in trouble, right? So
Right? Yep, exactly.
God, pop.
Exactly.
Mom.
Oh, it's pop after
I
9,
got-
Rob. That's not good.
I know. Bryn said,
Bye, girls.
now your daughter Brecken, did she hit the hay already? We
Yeah,
seen her-
Brecken went to bed already. Yep.
Look at that, and here's mine ornery kid still up. So
Well, she went to bed. We don't know that she actually went to bed.
and drinking pop. Look at this. You better not drink that.
Yeah.
So
Are you sure that's Coke or is that Dad's Coke?
it's pre-mixed, maybe. Who knows?
Here we go, Rob. We got dinner.
Right.
Come find me after the races. We can cook up a steak. We just took 200 head of cattle in, have enough to feed all of Dirt Crown. Oh boy.
We're
Oh, boy,
finally
Jeremy.
going to cash in from Jeremy. We're finally going to get it. So
Yep. No, I think he's got a new car this year. Kind of excited to watch him put that together. And they were the winners of the 5.2 Customs ignition and brake setup. So Kevin and those folks helping out with that deal. So that's kind of cool to see Jeremy getting that car put together. I'm sure we'll see him this weekend at Beatrice. So cool to see those guys continuing their support and can't thank them enough. I don't think they've missed a race.
no,
Every
in a
place
couple
we've
of
gone.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's worth a lot to us. That support, that unwavering support is worth a lot to us. And that kind of brings me to this point, Scott. We put a post out here, was it yesterday? And we talked about what, supporting Dirt Crown can do for you. It can get you a great opportunity to race at a track that you never get a race at. So, yesterday we put out a post about the Knoxville Dirt Crown invite. So why don't you let everybody know about that?
So it's one of those things that we've been lucky enough to get a race at Knoxville as a quote unquote support class for the late model nationals, but it's a chance for us to get in, show the nation what stock cars are all about. We've been lucky enough to have great stock car racing at I-80, at Huset's, all part of Lucas Oil late models. So getting the chance to do something like that at Knoxville, bringing our series to Knoxville is a huge stepping stone in the right direction for not only us, but all of our supporters and our drivers. So although we can't take 85 cars, which I think we could probably get if we opened it up to everybody, we are limited on our numbers just due to time constraints of their show and also track conditions, things like that. So we're limited on our numbers, but we're gonna find different ways to reward guys, and we put out the top 7 East-West guys will be locked in the points. So top 7 East-West guys will be locked in. That gives us 14 cars. We know we're going to have at least 24. If we can get a few extras, we're definitely going to try that if they give us enough room in the pit area with the parking of everybody's toters and everything like that. The stock car guys usually don't have that, so can help us a little bit there. Maybe get an extra car or two in. Going with 24 for sure. 14 will be locked in due to points. We're gonna do other things to get people opportunities to race at Knoxville, and points and racing aren't going to be the only thing. If you're a Dirt Crown supporter, I think the idea that Ryan had, Rob, is really one that is going to hit home with a lot of drivers that go up and down the road and they support us. Fan vote.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the last 2 spots, we're going to have some guys that are locked in. But putting together some publicity, a fan vote to get a driver or 2 in, depending on what we have left. We talked about Beatrice Speedway this week. The winner of Beatrice, as long as they are a Dirt Crown member, that will punch their ticket. to Knoxville. So kind of a road to Knoxville deal. Now that person is already locked in come the end of the year with points, maybe that opens us up to an extra car on a vote or a fan choice or maybe a sponsor or a track choice, just to get the guys there that are supporting Dirt Crown, that are going to all of our shows, that are supporting, maybe it's who went to Spencer, who went to Wilmington, who went to Houston's, these guys that are out on the road, up and down the road, the ones that are supporting us, we need to make sure we're supporting them and helping them the best we can.
Yeah. I don't think we're trying to leave anybody out, but we're going to come up with some pretty creative ways to get more guys involved. And I did talk to a lot of the stock car drivers about this. Things are going to change, and we can't say today necessarily what those will be, but I think as the year goes, as the summer goes, we'll be able to kind of come up with some cool ideas. And so it's just a pretty cool deal. And you know me, Scott, I usually look too far ahead. I think about the future a lot. It gets me excited. Just in conversation with Knoxville, I think they know who we are, they respect who we are, but you know what Knoxville concentrates on. But at the same time, what was communicated was, if you guys do a good job, next year you can do something else. You can do more. So who knows? Maybe we have our own show down the road. Maybe we invite another class or two down the road. I think a lot is on the line. We just need to go out there and put a great show on. And I know our drivers will do it,
Right. We know. We're getting comments here. As a bad beat spot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know that stock cars, hands down, can put on a great show any racetrack, and I think we've kind of proven that. We've gone to some really big racetracks. I-80 used to put on a great show on the half mile with stock cars, but you look at Belleville, the small quarter mile at Belleville, put on a great show. You go about any place in the country, and the stock car class puts on a top-notch class or a top-notch race every place. So it's really cool to see, and really hats off to Brett Root and IMCA for putting together a great rules package that the stock cars race under. One of those things that, man, 2-barrel carburetor, limit them a little bit with their technology, and the guys are awesome every place they go. And it's not just the last 5 years. I mean, you raced a stock car, 2011, Rob? Was that when you raced a stock car?
I don't know. A long time.
A long time ago, but even back then, when the stock car class in Nebraska was trying to get feet under it, was great racing. No matter if there was 7 cars or 27 cars, it was good racing. And that's the exciting part about the stock cars. So
yeah.
I think taking them to Knoxville and putting on a show there is just going to make it even better.
Yep. And the guys they'll be on pretty good TV with that. And so I don't know, the future's bright. Everybody just work with us this year. Just support us, and we're going to try hard to support you too. It'll be fun kind of announcing some things. If we got some automatic qualifier races here and there, we might throw those out randomly. So it'll be fun. So everybody pay attention. You and I will do a better job of getting on here more often. The season's now getting rolling. And I think we'll put everybody, keep everybody informed. We got some pretty cool sponsors coming on board now. Just picked up another one today. A really good friend of ours that supported us in the past has come back on board. So if we can just keep that going here, because we just pass all of that on to our drivers.
Yeah, and we could talk about some of those that we've gotten, Lake Mills Motorsports, somebody not even in our area jumping on board. So great to have Lake Mills on. The 5-Star Frames Works. It's just good to have the support back, and Brand X Race Cars jumping on board for some support here in the stock cars. It's good. Jeremy Lighting Motorsports, he jumped on with the Sport Mods right away. Can't thank Jeremy enough, and actually got I don't know if I'm supposed to spill any beans, but got a teaser of a really cool looking slider stock car that will be coming out of his shop with some really competitive drivers in it, I have a feeling. So cool to see that those guys getting a stock car together. I know they've had some guys race with us in their cars, not only in the stock cars but the sport mods, and so excited for all of Jeremy's support there. I can't thank those guys enough either. So it's cool. The future is here, and excited to give away some neon trophies on Saturday.
Yep, somebody's going to win a nice trophy, and then next month we'll be up at Norfolk. Correct? Is that it? Off-Road Speedway will be our next, and that'll be a kind of a double Dirt Crown race with stock cars and sport mods. Sport mods kicking off their point season with us. So our first ever points or a sport mod deal too. I think a great complementary class to our stock cars, and I think if you come to any of these races, and you're going to see some really, really good drivers in the sport mod class. So I think a lot of guys can win in that too. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, Scott.
Yeah, I just looked through here: Devin Peterson, Willie Kirk, Justin Swoboda, Cameron Meyer, Brandon Spanger, Joseph Cooper, Braden Ehlers, Colby Fett. Those are just a few that are on the list already in the sport mods. So that's a crazy list of names to see. And I'm sure as the season gets closer, we'll see more and more of those guys jump in here. But it's crazy to see that. So definitely good to see, and makes it exciting for us to know that when we go into a racetrack with the sport mods, we're going to roll in with some of the best.
Hey, before we get too far down the road, I just want to also mention here Dirt Crown TV getting their schedule here finalized pretty soon. So we're going to have some badass stock car races. I know Saturday is not our first one. Off-road will be our first one with the stock cars. Sport Mod Series, bringing them on. So we're going to have those guys that you just talked about being on Dirt Crown TV a lot this year. The Kaziski family in the SLMR Late Model Series and the Malvern Bank 360 Sprint cars. They're going to be on there as well. So we got a lot of cool races. The schedule's getting set now, and then we'll put the details out to everybody. So keep an eye out for Dirt Crown TV and their stuff. Ryan and the crew have been working hard. I think Alex has already been working on some content. So I think you're going to see a little more from DC TV this year. Don't you agree, Scott?
I would definitely agree. And don't be bashful if Alex's kid that doesn't really want to talk to you comes around with the camera, wants to put it on your car. He's doing a lot of great work. We've seen some really awesome videos from Alex as hype videos after the season, rewind things, new cameras he's gotten. I mean, he's got new toys to play with. So really excited to see what Alex and Ryan and the whole crew can do. So going to be fun. And one of those tracks we're going to go to is Belleville. Belleville, let's talk a little bit about the big track scenario that's happening there, Rob. It's on our schedule like Knoxville. It's not going to be a points race on the big racetrack, but some really cool stuff that those guys are putting together down there.
Yeah, it's a whole different deal. We're trying to help get a lot of guys there. We care about all of our racetracks, but Belleville, that's something different, and they don't offer their big track to race very often for stock cars as well. So we want to help give them a great show. I think it could be one of the biggest stock car. I should say one of the best stock car races of the season. So I invite everybody down to Belleville to race that half mile because you don't know how many chances you're really going to get with that, and that's a whole different animal down there.
One of the things that a lot of people have seen or fear are wear and tear on a car, and I don't want to race a lot of laps and something like that. And the crew down there is already talking about like 5 and 6 lap heat races and a 15 lap feature. Just knowing that equipment is getting beat on day in, day out, and to put it on a place like Belleville is even harder on it. Definitely think that there's going to be some guys that are going to have it figured out, and there's going to be some guys that go down there not prepared. But I know Zach and the guys that were at the chassis school, they talked about, some of the things that maybe we should be looking at with Belleville and making your engine live and keeping your car cool and things like that. So a lot of great information was given out during that stock car chassis school. So I think just do your homework and go down there, turn 21, 22 laps, and I think get paid really well.
5,000 or excuse me, 4,000 to win, but $500 to start the A feature. I mean,
Yes.
none of us get the opportunity to race for 500 to start very often right here in the Midwest. So Wednesday night, July 3rd. So if you've got the 4th off, hopefully you got the 5th off. Come and spend a couple days. I think there's some pretty cool stuff going on at the road in my hometown of Hebron. So if you want to hang out for a couple days, there's a big Jeep rally a couple days later than that Belleville race. So if you just want to come hang out, we'd love to have you. But that's going to be a pretty cool show. I'm glad we're a part of it. We got to thank Drew and the guys down at Belleville for that. And Scott, also moving on from Belleville, I know we got some pretty cool new places that we're going to visit this year with some awesome promoters and race committees. And I think we're going to be focusing on them here coming up too. So I think the invites are going to start to go out. They kind of already have. So I'd say in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some new faces on here, and they can brag up their racetracks because there is so many cool places that we're going to be this year.
Yeah, and I mean, Thomas County, Osborne, Waukene, going back to Dean Kester and that whole Rooks County area with Stockton, Concordia. That's going to be a fun little race there. Again, bouncing back and forth, some of the schedules are Sport Mod modified. Junction Motor Speedway for the Sport Mods. Going over to Indy with the Sport Mods. That'll be fun. Independence Motor Speedway over in Iowa. That'll get us into some new territory, new faces over there. It'll be fun to see those guys. Worthington and Slayton on that road to Huset's again. So that's going to be super cool. Finally getting to go to Interstate Speedway and Chase and Shelby Owls racetrack there. So
Park Jeff, right down the road.
Jeff,
We're right across the road, literally. So yeah. Lots of new places. So
they had a race at Park Jeff already. So kind of beating everybody to the punch and getting a show in up there. So kudos to those folks for having their cars ready, I guess, so early, and then also Wayne and his crew for having the racetrack ready to go and have staff there and everything like that. So Beatrice Speedway, I'm sure those guys are out there right now as we sit here and talk, working on the racetrack, getting ready for the Beatrice Spring Nationals. So we're excited for Saturday. Some new shirts. Hopefully we'll be there as well from Dirt Shirts, and new stock car colors will be fun. So seeing those shirts for the first time and really excited to see everybody's reactions to those. And we have our sublimated hoodies that we got over the winter. Those will still be on sale. I think there's some of those left, and new hoodies will also be available as well. So a lot of cool stuff. Check out dirtshirtsusa.com and order some of that stuff up online as he gets it loaded up there for us. And shirts are said to be here for Saturday, so that's going to be a lot of fun there too.
Lots of cool stuff coming up. Scott, we're on here because we got some help with some pretty cool people, and the guy behind a lot of this is Jay Burdick. So as we roll into a new season here, I've just been thinking about him too. We need to have him on and explain, what Dirt Track Bank is, and Malvern Bank, and all the success that he has up there, and why we feel that we work directly with Jay at Malvern Bank. We want everybody else to join us. It's a great place. Racers helping racers. Jay's literally a racer. He can be your banker too. So I'm sure
who understands your racing addiction better than a guy who's got a racing addiction,
right?
At a bank. So really cool stuff there. We're the podcast of Inside Line. You're gonna see more and more of that as 2024 goes on. Just a lot of cool things coming here from Dirt Crown and a lot of excitement here. So should be a really good time.
Excited for Saturday to kick off another great season, Scott.
Yeah, I think Tommy said that racing starts at like 4:00, I think, on Saturday. So highs in the 60s is what they're forecasting, and great racing. They're going to do some practicing on Thursday and racing on Friday. 2 separate shows. And then Saturday, the Dirt Crown Stock Car Points Series will kick off, and somebody possibly punching a ticket to Knoxville already. So a lot of excitement. 4:00 on Saturday. Beatrice Speedway, if can't be there, catch it live on Flow, I think is who's broadcasting it for them. So can't thank Tommy and Toby and everybody at the Gage County Fairgrounds enough for letting us kick our season off there.
Be a good time. Appreciate everybody being with us tonight.
Yeah, you bet. Guys, this is going to happen more periodically, and you're going to see more and more of us and more faces on here too, not just Rob and Scott. We're going to get some more faces on here and do some other fun stuff as the race season goes on. So here's to a good 2024, Rob, and racing green flag, right around the corner here in Nebraska. So we're excited.
I'm excited. I better go check on those girls, make sure they didn't drink too much of that Coke and Dr. Pepper. So, and get them to bed. So, and get myself to bed.
Go to bed, Rob. We got a long week before you go racing, so get some sleep.
Right. Thanks, everyone.
You bet. Thanks for stopping in, guys.